I know for business people across the country, they have a legitimate question that when another economy changes its tax rates, should we follow along? I'd have, I guess, two main observations. First is, as a country, we need to be very sure to do our homework to get our public policy right. So as we think about whether or not we should change our tax rates, we need to evaluate what has gone on in other places. In the United States, the tax rate change, the headline number looks pretty dramatic. So it says that they changed from a tax rate of 35% down to 21%. But I'm sure the people at Raymond Chabot are going to agree with this. When you actually do the math, you can see that in fact their net federal state tax rate ends up about 25.6 for large corporations, and ours is about theirs about 25.8, and ours is about 26.8. So about 1% difference, but there's other details underneath that are quite different that we need to make sure we get right. In terms of small businesses, our rates are still lower. We're the lowest among G7 countries. So in order to consider the question, we have to do our homework to make sure that it's the right conclusion. And we also need to think about the fiscal implications. Mm-hmm. So the tax changes that they've made in the United States means that their deficit will be, just to put it in order of magnitude terms, on a per capita basis, their deficit will be more than 5 times our deficit. So on a per person basis. So the equivalent deficit in Canada on a per capita basis might be $100 billion Canadian. So it's very important for us to do our homework right. What I can say is we are doing our homework. We are carefully considering these changes. We need to make sure that business continues to want to invest in Canada. We do understand that people look at decisions and consider tax in those decisions. But I can say one final thing. Okay. I did run a business. And I never woke up in the morning saying that the reason my business exists is because of the tax code. I said, you know, the reason the business exists is because of the kind of services that I wanted to provide. The things that grew the business were the talented people that were in the business, whatever our advantage was in providing services. And then yes, tax rates were important too, but it was not the only thing. So we will consider tax rates. It's important that we do so. It's important that we're competitive. And it's important that we don't do it in a knee-jerk way, but having our homework done.